NEDA reports a 5.2% growth in the country's economy in the first quarter of this year. The figure is slightly lower than the 5.6% GDP in the same period last year. More from Christine Santos.
The Philippine economy grew by 5.2%. This is a proof of the businessmen and consumers' confidence on the economy. Based on the first quarter economic growth, consumer spending has strengthened. According to Socio-Economic Planning Secretary Arsenio Balisacan, the service sector, industry sector, and agriculture sector a huge contribution to the economic growth.
Based on the first quarter 2015 consumer expenditure survey, consumer sentiment improved in the quarter due to expectations of stable price of commodities, declining oil prices, availability of more jobs, higher number of employed family members, and fewer calamities during the period, among others. These clearly indicate that business and consumer confidence in the economy is still very high and is supportive with our optimism hitting our growth targets for 2015. But the missed opportunity to have a higher growth for the period is not totally foregone, as we still expect public spending to pick up for the rest of the year.
However, the economic growth slows down compared to the last quarter of 2014. Balisacan said this is due to weak government spending on infrastructures.
The disbursement performance for the first 3 months of 2015 shows a trend towards faster growth spending or government spending. This disbursement trajectory is sustained and reflected in all government agencies. The higher government spending will fuel even more activities in the private sector and thus push economic growth in the next quarters of the year.
Despite the slowdown, Balisacan still believes the country will still achieve the 7 to 8% GDP growth by the end of 2015 as they expect for a strong public spending, which would bring an average of 7.5% quarterly growth.
Despite this lower than expected growth, it is believed that the economy will grow at a faster rate in the remaining quarters. Private sector economic activity remains vibrant, with private construction registering a double-digit rise of 14.2% for the quarter, and private investments in durable equipment rising by 14.3%. The latest business confidence index from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas shows that next quarter confidence index climbed to 58% from 43.1% in the previous survey.
Though the 5.2% GDP growth is slow, it is still better than other economies in Asia.
We are keeping a careful watch over the spending performance of the agencies to ensure that implementation bottlenecks are being addressed and the execution of programs and projects will not be further delayed. Amid the challenges that government continues to face, we must keep in mind that the economic performance in the first year of this administration remains the highest 5-year growth average recorded by the country since the mid-1970s. A testament to the private sector support for the governance and economic reforms that we have been implementing.
Meanwhile, the NEDA is monitoring the possible effect of El Niño to the agriculture and economy.
How serious the effect of the wet weather phenomenon is going to be, and how prolonged. Of course, the effect is going to be felt mostly in the agriculture sector, but then again,